Hi folks, back again. Been a while since my last video. I haven't had a lot of material to work with really, but thanks to Robert in Australia, Robert Stevenson again, he sent me some more models, and this is one of them, and this is the Bentley 224 Corgi Bentley Continental Sports Saloon. Come out in April '61, and see it's got a bit of paint loss on it, but nothing major. Headlights are there, the backlights are not there, and well, today we're going to be restoring this one. The boot opens up and there's a spare tyre in it actually, which I will show you later on. But anyway, let's get on with that. Right, we've got the car on the vice, and I'm experimenting with a different angle this time, so you can see it a bit easier. So let's drill these little rivets out. See, that's why I don't like using a vice. I'd rather do it in my hand. I hold the bottom, go down so far, just to get a little bit of a pit in the middle of the rivet. Go. And then use my other drill just to take the heads of the rivet off. Just like that. If I've got a little brush here somewhere, I'll have to use it in a minute. Let's get that off. Get the heads off like that. Bit more off the top of that one. And that should just pop off now. So let's get it out there. You don't have to worry, I've got some actual sponge on this vice, so it, protects the model. Right, so we've done that. We should be able to get this base plate off now. Right, so as you can see, we've got these all drilled out now. I've got to watch it with this one because on the front, this is an actual steering car. So there's going to be parts there I'm going to have to look out for. If I do one thing, I could get the spare tyre out. There's the spare tyre, look. I said to you there was a spare tyre in there. And the old boot. Right, so I've got to try and gradually prise this apart now. Just get your screwdriver. There. That's popped off there. So that's that end done. And try and prise this bottom part off here. Get your screwdriver in and prise this piece up if we can. I think I might need a bit more drilling out of there actually, looking at it now. I tried to do it earlier on with that scene just now because I wanted to make it a little bit more easier for you folks to see, but I'm still going to have to resort to my old fashioned way. So if I drill a bit more of this, I find it easier doing it in my hands. I'd use it my old fashioned way. This is the way I've always done it. I find it easier doing it this way. But I'm trying to make a decent video here for you lot. So I'm mucking around with different scenes, trying to God, this one's a bugger to get out. He will come out though. I need a stronger screwdriver, I think. I'll get my heavy duty one. I'll turn that wheel slightly. Get that one in there. Ah, that's all it needed. Bit of force. Right, this should come apart nice and easy now. There you go. And that's all we're left with. There's a steering bit in that bad. That's pretty good actually. It's got little springs in it and everything. A couple bits of wire. That's a nice little setup actually. Take that off. See little springs in there, look. It's got little springs, little suspension springs. That's pretty neat. That's a clever idea. We'll have to give them a good clean up. You gotta watch you don't lose any of this, because these pins come out, I believe. Yeah, they come out, so you don't want to lose any of that. Put all that together. And the boot. Put that. Oh, well, that's fell out now. Here's the boot. Now there is some little lights on the back of it. If I take this out a minute, I don't want to damage all this. Put that to one side, and the glass. So I want to reuse this glass. It's not too bad actually, that glass. I have had a go at this previously actually before I took it apart. There was a dirty great scratch right down there. I don't think you can just faintly see what's left of it, and I got my old Dremel on it and polished a lot of it out. I thought it was cracked at first, but it wasn't. And once I've actually cleaned all this thing up and put it in the Pledge polish, floor polish, this should come out like a brand new one. Because I was debating whether to get another screen for this, but when I got my Dremel on it, I thought no, this would be alright. So anyway, put that to one side for a minute. And like I said, there's some little lights on the back of here. You see the little lights there? They're supposed to have little diamond things in them. Like, if I put my finger on them, I don't want to lose them. Like the front there, the front's got the little jewel lighting. There's meant to be little jewels that go in there as well, but I haven't got any. But I have got an idea what I can do instead of that, and I'll show you that later. I will look to see if I've got any first, but they come out, so I can do that separately away from the car. So I'll just take them out. They only on the slot. Once the bumper's out, see, they just slide out like that. So they'll need cleaning up a little bit because they're a bit worse for wear. But if we get them out, all you need is to use your nail and just slide them down like that, and then they slot out like that. See, but they are a bit worse for wear, like I said. Now the front ones, as you can see, the lights, if I can get an angle for you, there, as you can see, these pieces here, they push out and they come out the front like that. So if you just find something to lever, usually you can push them out. There's one of them. He's come out, and you want to put these aside, and you don't want to lose these. I'll just put it there, pop him out like that, and you've got this like little dual headlights up. See? I think this is the best bet to do it on the floor, or on the table I should say. And just get that one in the middle of the light, and just so you can pop him out like that. And there's the other one. And that's there's your two headlights. They're out of the way. Right. Now I'm going to have to try and drill this out now. I have to get a drill in there somehow. drill some of that away. So bear with me, folks. Right, now what I've just had a little fiddle here, and I've managed to get me rivet head drill into there. It's about the right size, and it just about fits through the boot. I've got room, you know, to turn it there, look, without damaging the boot, and that will actually reach. So I'm just going to drill a bit of that, not too far. And I'm just hoping this is going to work, really. Well, I drilled so much away. Right. Do the rubbish out. Now I might be able to chip some of this away. Possibly that will want something very fine to get in there. One of my dentistry tools, possibly. You know, something small. I'll move all this out of the way. I don't want to damage any of this. And then just get it in the edge of the rivet. And just gradually, yeah, it is coming away, look. You see there. I have made a little bit of a progress on that. That has come away slightly. Because I mean, this piece here can be stuck back in. As you can see, it's off. After a lot of faffing around, you just gotta. There it is. That's how it goes in, that. And then once you've chipped away at that, all I did was just simply just wedged it off like that, gradually, very carefully. So all I've got to do is clean that up a bit there, so it'll push in easily. But if you look at this, it'll stick to that anyway. When you've actually finished it and push it all back together, that you can put a bit of super glue around that, and that'll all stick in there anyway, so it won't go anywhere. And that'll do the job. But anyway, that's all our parts. So next bit really is to get all this old paint off and get it, you know, looking a bit more decent, really. And try and figure out something to do about these lights at the back. Sure I can figure something out, because I haven't got any little jewels to go, you know, not that small anyway. But I have got an idea what I could do with that. So anyway, it's gonna look better than what it does at the moment. Okay then. For the screen, I'm gonna give this a clean up in my soapy water mix. It's just all it is just ordinary washing up liquid with a bit of water to give your, you know, give your screen a quick clean off, get all that grime off of it before we go any further with it and treat it. It's a good idea really to use your fingers on this. Get the old brush in there first. I mean, if there are any really bad spots, like where it might be scratched, slightly scratched, you can get your Dremel on it. But a lot of the time, it's just surface muck, you know. So give it a good going over with those soapy water. I'll get a bit on my fingers. I can give it a good. You can give it a good scrub with your fingers like that. Your fingers are the best thing to do it, really. You can't beat your fingers for getting all this shit off of the. Oh, that's all. Never mind. All the muck. Get it out. Drop it in there. Give it a good stir up. And that should about just do it there. Just should get the muck off. Let's have a look at it and see. There, that's a lot cleaner. See what I mean? And we'll get this all, I'll get all these odd little bits scrubbed out a bit more with the cloth and all that. And then we'll treat this, and that should come out like a brand new screen. Right then, as you can see, it's all nicely cleaned off now. I mean, it looks pretty good as it is, but I'm going to use my special solution, which is, I'm going to show you now. It's up on the shelf actually. I've upgraded it from the video I done back along with the stuff I had before. I'll now use this here stuff here. Pledge. And that is pretty good stuff, I must say. It's totally clear. And I'll put it in the old thing here. All you do is dip your screen, get the bubbles out. If you can, yeah, we have. Just give it another bit more there, like that. Let the excess drip off. And then I'll just put it in my little container. And then cover that over. Like that. Put the lid on, and then we leave that overnight. And you'll end up with a nice shiny screen. Anyway, that's that bit done. Let's get on with painting this car up. Oh, I've got to strip it first, haven't I? Right, this is what I always use. Caustic soda. Right, here we are outside, and I'm just about to put my boiling water from the kettle in. It's got to be boiling water, otherwise this won't work with stuff, but you've got to be very careful with it. Dangerous stuff if you get it on your hands once you put it in the water. Just watch it flare up. Look at that. But I'll tell you what, this is the best way of getting rid of paint. If you want to get rid of paint quick, this stuff just, well, it just falls off. I'll show you in a minute. I'll get me little brush on it in a minute. Give it a tad more. Let that bubble for a bit. Right, let's give it a little bit of brush, the old tough brush. And look, you see how easy it comes off. I'll tell you what, it's like magic, this stuff. I would not do without it. Look at it, that. It's totally clean already. And that's less than a minute. And that paint is gone. When I see other restorers, they use all this stuff and they paint it on. And then you got to wait, and it's messy, you got to clean it off in soapy water. Well, I got to clean this off in soapy water, but all I'm doing is cleaning off the acid of the caustic soda. But look at that, it's totally clean. Can't beat it. Let's see if I can find the boot. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's gone as well, that. And I haven't even scrubbed that. The paint's just fallen off. Oh, there's the old sticker, the number plate sticker. But I'm not bothered about that. But there you go. Caustic soda. Right, so this has all been cleaned now, inside and out, all nice and shiny. The boot, all been done. And these are the two colours I'm going to use. It's a nice lime coloured, I think it's, what is it, lime green. Use that, as close as I can get to the original, and there's a cream, or just like an off-white, this is, creamy type of white. It's called Rover Diamond White, but it looks more of a creamy colour when it's actually dry, because I have used that before on something. And I did do the lights off camera. What I did, I managed to find a couple of, I don't know if you can see them. I did manage to find, hang on, let me try and zoom in a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but that there is was actually a yellow dual headlight. What I had, a small one. So I've used that one, and all that is, for the bottom part, I've silvered around the edges obviously, but all that is a blob of 5-second fixed glue. And if you put a blob on there and then shine the torch on it, I'll show you the stuff, it sets quite quick. This stuff here, 5-second fix. You just squirt a blob onto the end and then put the torch on there, shine it on like that before it starts moving about, and it's made like a little light for me. So that's worked pretty good. And when they're in the back, as you see, you can slide them up. Slide them up in the back of there like that. It's gonna look alright once it's done. So there you go. That's my little fix for the lights. Not too bad. So anyway, let's get on and spray this out. This is going to be a couple of days doing this, I think, because I mean, to you it'd be a few seconds, but to me it's going to be a couple of days because it's a two-tone car, and I want to make sure before I put any masking tape on it, I want to make sure it's properly dried. So anyway, let's get on with that. Right then, first of all we're going to do the base plate. Now the chap who sent me this car in Australia, Robert Stevenson, he sent me some of these here straw things, and they're ideal for masking up the wheels. I can't seem to get them anywhere over here, but if you look at that, the diameter of the wheel, they just push right over, and I thought, well, that's a damn good idea. So I'm trying that out today. I'm going to use that for the base plate. But anyway, let's get on and spray this one. Right, here we go with the old base plate. I'm just using an ordinary grey undercoat for this. It seems to be the best colour for this, the nearest thing to the original. So I'll put a good coat of that on, as you can see, put a good coat of that on. And then all we need is a bit of lacquer over the top of that to finish that off when that's hardened up. Right, then let's get on and do the top of the body. Just going to take a few coats of this. We're using a white first, so I've got to do a two-tone on this one, as you're aware. So first of all, we will be doing the white, or the cream I should say. I don't normally put undercoat on these cars. I mean, they don't do it in the factories, I don't think, so I don't see the point. Unless you've had a really bad sort of shell to start with, I don't really see the point of putting an undercoat on these. There. That's not too bad at all. Right, that's that done. Now for the boot. Right, let's give the boot a good sworden out. Very nice even coat all over. It's not too bad. And that's that done. Right, so like I said, for you it's going to be a couple of seconds, but I'm going to have to let this go for a couple of days. I think let this harden up before I put any masking tape on the other half of the shell, because I've got to do the other colour paint. So I'll be back in a sec to do that. As you can see, I've now masked up what I want to stay white. Now what I've been told is I should spray this again now with this colour again, because that seals the edge of the tape down label. I've never tried that before, so that's what I'm going to do now, and give it a coat of the old white stuff again, and then when I come back to you I'll show you me spraying the green on, and then we should have our two-tone, and then we'll peel it off and see what it looks like. Right, so I've actually sprayed a coat of white on this to seal this tape, and apparently it's supposed to stop bleeding if you do that, so I was told. So we'll find out when we peel it off. But let's get the green piece on. Right, I've got to be careful with this now. I really hate doing two-tone. So much fiddling around involved with it. If you haven't mastered up properly, then I mean that's the secret really, is to mask it up. Really, you know, take your time with it, so you can get it masked up properly. Once you've conquered that piece, I mean there's a bit of white showing through there, so it's going to need a bit of another coat. So anyway, I'll get it all finished, and then we'll peel it off and see what it looks like. So this is going to be the moment of truth, folks. Let's just hope this does not go wrong. Now, I haven't done any cutting on this now. This is how I'm going to see it. It's the same way as you're going to see it. If it's a cock up, then you're going to see it as well. I just hope it's going to be alright. Trying to figure out the last pieces I put on here, because I want to peel it off in the same order I put it on if possible. There's one piece come off, it's not too bad. There's a bit of a mark there. I mean, if it's too bad I can like touch it up with a brush. But I'm hoping it's going to work out nice and all come off nicely. Which was the last piece I put on? I think it was down here. This is the worst part now, is just peeling this off, because you just hope it's going to be nice clean lines. This is what I hate about doing two-tone. Let's take it off nice and steady like that. I mean, when you're doing this at home, folks, just take your time with it. Don't rush it, because if you pull it too quick, there's a good chance you could rip off the paint you've already put on before, and we don't want that happening. I'll take that off slowly, that piece. I mean, this masking tape I've got is just cheap rubbish, really. I should get some better stuff, really. See, there's a few little marks there. I'll use my nail. Just puts that back slightly. Once I've got the old the varnish over it. Hopefully that'll cover up all these little marks. Let's see if I can get this piece off. This middle piece. Don't want to take any of the paint off. Carefully does it. It's taken off that other piece as well. That was the trouble. I'm gonna have to commit to it now. Just gonna have to take it off. See that? You want to try and keep that line. Oh, this is horrible, this is. Don't go wrong, please. See, there's bits of paint there, look. Come on. Hopefully it'll be okay. And if it ain't too bad, the little odd bits you can actually, you know, like I said, you can touch them up. I want to try and cut this big piece off with a pair of scissors because it's going to get in my way. God, I hate doing this. Right, let's see if I can get a bit of that off now. There's a bit there, that can come off. Get away from the front then, and that's all finished. Just take it nice and steady. So I think these bits here, I think that's just little bits of glue from the tape. Let's take it nice and steady like that. I was coming off gradually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's bits of glue. I'm just hoping it is really. Nearly there. There. Let's get rid of these in a minute. Now, let's get rid of this rubbish. It's not too bad. If I can get all these little bits off now. Pretty sure, like I said, that it's bits of glue. Go very gently. I think what I should use for this is a very fine blade. And I might be able to get these little bits of glue off. Let's try and get all the little pieces off. Anyway, I'm going to do all this off camera. You can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try and get all these little bits off, and if needs be, I'm going to have to touch these little pieces in with a brush, a very fine brush, and then give it a coat of lacquer. So then when I come back, you should be able to see how it's finished. But I mean, overall, it ain't turned out too bad. But you can see why it's a horrible thing doing these two-tone cars. It's a really difficult thing to do. But anyway, I'll get on and do that in a minute and I'll be back in a sec. Right, So after a lot of messing around, I managed to flatten down these odd bits here that was left on there when I peeled it off. Touched in where it was, where a bit of paint came off. I've since lacquered it, and it's not too bad at all. That it's come out pretty sharp. So next part, we're going to start putting this thing together. First of all, put our headlights in. They should just push in. You got to get these level. I think I might have to put a little bit of glue to hold them in because they're pretty loose. Usually they go in a bit tighter than that. So I push them in like that for now. It's not too bad. And all I've got to do is put a little dab of glue just behind. So a little blob on there, that. And a little blob on behind that one. And that'll hold them in. Give it a bit of a blow. Right, now the next part is the grille. Now all this here, this has all got to be re-chromed, but I'm going to do that once I've got it fitted to the car, so I'm going to put a bit of glue in there. Like I said, I was going to glue it. Bit in there, bit on either side, and that should be enough to hold it, because there is an actual pin there, as you can see, which clips into that, so that'll make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I might have to use my pliers to clip this in because it is quite difficult to clip in, but I'm not going to damage it by doing that because I'm using the back of the thing, so the back of the actual bit you don't see. I'll get the top part, and this is very awkward to get in, this one actually. Get it on the pin. And it should clip in there then. Actually might better push that in there now. You don't want to go in there, but he's got to. I mean, if you're doing this, just be very careful when you do it. It will go in there. There it is. It just clicked then. That. Oh no, you haven't. Not on the bottom. Just give him a little bit of coaxing. I'm getting glue over my fingers now because it's pushing the glue through. But it will go. If I push it downwards like that, I might do it actually. Trouble is, it's pushed the glue out now. There, that's pretty tight now, let's see. It's looking pretty good. And there you go. That's about as best as they go, I think. So that can all be chromed up now, once the car's put back together. Right then, we'll stick our pins in. If I can find them a minute, we need our pins to go in here. All we got to do is give them a little tap down, because you've got to make sure they're right in, because you won't be able to shut the car properly else. Put your spring on. Give me another tap on that one. There, you should be able to tell because it gets like a clacking noise once you've got the pin down. Different sound, see? Our other spring going there. And there's the old suspension on. Now your wheels, they go up that way around, if you know what I mean. If you look at that, you've got the flat bit goes towards this side, if I remember rightly. Put the other one on like that. Let's get the bar. Drop your bar in. Trying to film this and do it is awkward because it's such a fiddly job. There. Drop your bar in like that, and then you got your little wheels for steering again. Right, now we're going to put our lights in. They just slide in like that. In the back. I'm just wondering whether I should tack them in, because they don't seem very tight, actually. They don't seem like they're in there very tight. Yeah, I think I might actually, because they're not very... I'll just put a little smidgen. That's a bit too much. Just there. On the other side. I mean, you only want a little tiny bit. Now I want to put it that way around if I can. Yeah, that's not too bad now. Gonna make sure I've got them the right way around. Put that one in that way. See, these lights, they're not the best because they've been banged and scraped and damaged through the years, and they're not in the best condition anyway, so I must probably ask why they're not going in properly, like, you know, because they've been pretty banged about. Right, the next bit is the boot, and that just goes and put it in that angle like that, and then it'll flip in the easy, that will just slot in like that. See, once you've got it hanging like that, you know it's on the runners properly. Now this bit here, I painted this up because I've seen in the picture that the inside of that was painted on some models to match the outside, so I just used ordinary bit of butt hammer on that and painted the inside of that. I'll chrome this up, like I said, once it's all on the car. So then you just drop that on there like that. Oh, I didn't put the windscreen in. Better put all that in. There's the windscreen. That it's come out like new since treating it with that stuff I showed you. Anyway, you drop that one in. I say drop it in. It just drops in over the hole like that. Look. Put the seating back in. Right, now we can put this piece on. Just sits on there like that, and I just holds all that together, holds the boot in. And then, oh, I painted that as well, that, to match what I saw. Put your wheels straight, and then just drop that on there. And that's all you got to do, really. And then get the old rivets on. See what it looks like. It's not looking too bad at all. I've already got my rivets ready. I prepared them earlier. And just put the old blob of glue in there, like that. And we put our rivet in. Get it in the hole. That's it. And push it down. There he goes. I'll have to use that end as a thing. Now you got to be careful not to push down on the boot, because you don't want that going wrong. See that, all that, I painted that, but I'm going to have to, you can open the boot from there, see, you don't have to. Oh, I can't open it now. Sorry about this, folks, everything's going wrong today. Get up. There, you want to push down on these pieces to get that flat. Right, so then we get our glue again. Some in that one, and some in that one. The secret of this stuff, not put too much in, because if you put too much glue in, it seems to take forever to set. I'll get the other one in. That's the only thing I found. You just got to be very careful when you push them on. Be careful with the boot. Try and hold it like that if you can, but just do it bit by bit. And that'll do for that. All we got to do now, folks, is give them a bit of chrome. The spare wheel goes in the back there, like that. There he is. Just need a bit of chrome on there, and then I'll show you the finished article. Right, as you can see, before it was looking a bit scruffy, to tell you the truth. The tyres was okay, there was all new tyres on it, but it just needed sprucing up a bit. So as you can see, it's scruffy looking here, but then after we've done our work on it, we can transform it into this. All the chrome's been all repainted. Nice new lines on it now, new paint, and looking very nice, I think. I think it's come out very well. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it. And hope I've helped you out in a few little tips along the way. Hopefully I'll be back soon with another one. So until then, it's bye bye from me.